Joseph Crudup here. Welcome to my show. Today is Monday, July 26th, 2021. Welcome to my show. I'm Joseph Crudup. Here they're talking about the whole stuff's going on and it's going on and on. Now, like talking about this and that. And also like to talk about the people in this war, inside in the U.S. People inside in the U.S. have been unvaccinated. Because some people have been unvaccinated, didn't take the vaccine. And some people have been unvaccinated, refused to take a vaccine. But hey, it is what it is, and since it's just like this is just complete the beginning, as you always know, you might be knowing about, but it is what it is, and ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. And now, here's what we might know. Here's what we might know, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, that people have been unvaccinated. Had not taken a vaccine, need to take a vaccine because the whole stuff's going on and on. We talked about yesterday, last night, whatever. And people have been infected of these COVID-19. It is what it is, and I mean, I really don't know what is going on. It's not something I've never done, and look, the cases are about to go high. The cases are about to go high because they were unvaccinated. People have been unvaccinated. But what the heck? I mean, look, we have been fully vaccinated. And when people have been fully vaccinated, do not wear a mask, had not wear a mask. I mean, look, there's all stuff going on, and this is people. I don't know what's going on, but this is happening every single time. And here we go again. We got a lot of people have been fully vaccinated for a few months now. Sometimes they're vaccinated, and sometimes they don't. But the people who are unvaccinated should need to get vaccinated right away because this is getting out of hand. And now, there were a potential of 40 people with 43.5% in North Carolina have been fully vaccinated, and 49.7%, almost 50% of the Americans have been fully vaccinated. And then we got fully vaccinated. And then we in down plus 300,000. And yeah, you're right. That's what it is anyway. And this is getting low. The vaccinations are getting low. But what the heck? I mean, it's a problem to everybody. It's the problem to the world. It's a problem to the U.S. People have been unvaccinated. It is what it is, and sometimes it just don't even kill. Just don't even kill if you're not vaccinated against COVID-19. You're not vaccinated against COVID-19 if you're unvaccinated. And if you didn't want to take a vaccine, you refuse. If you refuse to take a vaccine, then you might as well forget about it. You must wear a mask if you're unvaccinated. You must wear a mask if you're unvaccinated. Because the same thing is going to happen to everybody. Again, since about a year ago, we see a lot of people getting sick and getting infected. And just like Jeff Hardy got test positive for COVID-19. But hey, it is what it is. And just like this, it's happening again and again. Now, here's the look on CNN. And it says, Less than half of the U.S. population is fully vaccinated against COVID-19, and with cases on the rise, experts are urging to return to precautions reminiscent of the early days of the pandemic. What I will say blurry is, if you are not vaccinated right now in the United States, you should not go into a bar. You should probably not eat at a restaurant. You are at great risk of becoming infected. CNN medical analyst Dr. Jonathan Rainier, professor of medicine and surgery at George Washington University, told CNN's Frederick Whitfield, in 48 states, the rate of new COVID-19 cases in the past week jumping by at least 10% compared to the previous week, according to data from Johns Hopkins University. In 34 of those states, the rate of new cases increased by more than 50%. And hospitals are filling up with COVID-19 patients. Again, experts now patients are longer than before, said doctors in Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, and Missouri. Now, here's the thing. Now, despite the encouragement of many officials or experts, warnings that the best protection from the virus comes from vaccinations, only 49.1% of the U.S. population is vaccinated, according to data from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. If a large stretch of people remains resistant to vaccination, Renner said, the U.S. is left with two options: to control the spread, shut down business, which few people want to do, or return to masks. The only way to get the unvaccinated to mask up is to mask anyone up, Renner said. When masking, like vaccination, could come from mandates by state leaders. Vanderbilt University Medical Center professor of infectious disease Dr. William Schaffner said he anticipates in time the patient's more success if the push to return to precautions comes from local officials and trusting community leaders. And for those who said vaccination is a personal choice, Schaffner said, they are half right. This is a little like driving on the red light. Yes, that's your decision. Puts you in danger. But indigos, others also, Schaffner also said. Now, this is all stuff now. It's all happening, folks. It's all happening now. Now, look. A lot of people who are fully vaccinated, and then we're on the point that now we in the U.S. with 49% have been fully vaccinated, and in North Carolina, 43% have been fully vaccinated, and that's the problem. For sure, for accident right now, we're seeing this on and on again. We talked about yesterday, and it is what it is. Now in North Carolina, this is just concerning. It turns green 40% of the vaccination. We're not talking about here, talk about this and that. But like I just said, it is what it is, and now the cases are getting high. The cases are getting high. And yes, we see those in North Carolina now. July, in Granville County, total cases, July 12th to 25th. Now in Granville County, we got 6,044 total cases, 83 deaths in Granville County, and 1.03 million total cases, 13,586 deaths in North Carolina. And that goes a lot. And now, what we see here right now, that the whole stuff's going to positive. But now, this whole stuff here, this coronavirus remains low. No deaths here. No deaths here. Look at this. No deaths here on July 25th, 2021 up there in North Carolina. Out there in North Carolina, no deaths. And no new cases either. Now we're talking about this fun day here. I mean, look, it is what it is. And that's what happened. And this is getting turned at an all-time high. We talk about this and that. And now, look, everything goes and everything comes and goes. And just like this, there had to be... It's just like this. Now, if we're looking Wake County, in July 2012 through 2015, total cases are 914 total. Now we'll go once again in Postal County. Total cases 54. Now we're going back to Gravel County again. Vance County 16 total cases, July 12th through 25th. So here we are today. We're looking at like, what are we going to do? What the heck are we going to do right now? It is what it is. And we had just Lauren Fox says the COVID-19 sources as North Carolina set to ease restrictions. That is today by Governor Will Cooper. Now, it's just ending like this and that, but it is unlikely. I don't know. But what has happened for us? Now, look. Raleigh, North Carolina says the North Carolina COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations had skyrocketed in visit rates and the spur the more coalition's data environment. Now, this is unbelievable, folks, and I can't believe it. Now, but despite the rise in cases, North Carolina appears unlikely to implement new restrictions. Now, what's happening today? What's happening today in this whole demo day that we just I hope that wasp will go away. So now, I'm seeing this right now for real. I don't give a... Look, anyway, this whole stuff, those cases, I don't give a damn if you are not vaccinated. I don't give a damn if you are unvaccinated. Just wear a mask anywhere. Wear a mask inside the U.S. If you're not vaccinated, just wear a mask. I know some people do, and I know some people were sick and tired, and y'all refuse to get vaccinated. But hey, it is what it is for good. And that's just what happened. I mean, it's just not going up right. This is ridiculous. This is BS. I mean, people were getting frustrated. And yes, they refused to take the vaccine shots. They refused to take the vaccine shots. All the way, the whole world knows it, and people knows it, and everybody knows it, what is going on and what is happening here. So yes, it is what it is. And people are getting tired of it. Now, Dr. Anthony Fauci says that this is, if they don't do something now, we're going to see more. We're going to see more of the new cases. And probably in October, you're going to see deaths. I don't know what is happening here and what it might look like. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all true. Freaking true. So, who knows what the world might come to. Now, Here it goes now. Now, in July, let's go yesterday. In one sense, the world got lucky with the new coronavirus by sheer chance. Scientists just happened to have spent years studying the coronavirus, developing exactly the tools needed to make COVID-19 vaccines as soon as the virus greatly suspicion was processed. But what will happen if the next pandemic comes from the virus that causes lizard fever, or from a certain strain of Ebola, or from a Nipah virus? Dr. Anthony Fauci, director of the National Institute of the Allergy and Infectious Disease, is promoting an abortions and expansion plan to prepare for such nightmare scenarios. It will cost a few $1 billion a year, take 5 years for the first crop of results in England, and a huge cater of scientists, he said. The idea is to make prototype vaccines to protect against the virus from about 20 families that might spark a new pandemic, using resources tools that provide successfully for COVID-19. Resources will uncover the molecular structures of each virus, know when antibodies must strike it, and how to power the body into making it exactly those antibodies. This is all. This is ridiculous, and this is what's going on. Now, if we will find it, which I believe we will, it likely will start in 2022, Dr. Fauci said, adding that he has been promoting the idea in discussions with the White House and others. Dr. Francis Collins, director of the National Institute of Health, also thought it likely that the necessary funds will be allocated, calling the project compelling as we begin to continue and successfully end to the COVID-19 pandemic. We must not jump back into conspiracy, Dr. Collins said. Most of the financial support will come from Dr. Fauci's Institute, but a project of this group will require internet funds that will have to be allotted by Congress. This year's budget for the Infectious Disease Institute is a little over $6 billion. Dr. Fauci did not specify how much additional money will be needed. If surveillance network detecting a new virus spreading over from animals into people, the longer goes, scientists could stop it by immeasuring people in the outbreak by quickly manufacturing the prototype vaccine. And if the virus spreads before the world realized what was happening, the prototype vaccines could be developed more widely. So this is getting out right now. People are getting tired of these people dying. People were getting tired when the people die, and this is all what's going on, and this is what the war is going to be all about. Well, time will tell that if it did not happen. It did not happen at all. It's just bull BS. Some people were getting worried, but you never know what's happening for sure. People have been sick and tired of wearing the masks. I know some Republicans do. I saw all the people in Alabama and in Florida and in Arkansas and all down south, and in Texas too. In Texas, they were tired of wearing the mask, and they didn't want to get a vaccine because they tired of it. But what's the deal? What the heck? Hey, if you're not vaccinated, if you're unvaccinated, please get vaccinated. If not, wear a mask. That's what I know. Man, Joseph Curry here. I'll see you tomorrow.